Hello everyone, I'm Jamshed Baig, known as JB the Adventurer, a solo traveler and a travel blogger from Manchester, England with over 30 years of travel experience. In today's adventure, we are going to visit the birthplace of golf and the oldest golf course in the world. I'm going to tell you some really interesting facts about this incredibly beautiful and historic place. The Old Course at St. Andrews, also known as the Old Lady or the Grand Old Lady, is considered the oldest golf course in the world. It is a public course over common land in St. Andrews, Fife, Scotland, and is held in trust by the St. Andrews Links Trust under an Act of Parliament. The Royal and Ancient Golf Club at St. Andrews Clubhouse sits adjacent to the first tee. Originally known as the Golfing Grounds of St. Andrews, it was not until the new course was opened in 1895 that it became known as the Old Course. The Old Course at St. Andrews is considered by many to be the home of golf, because the sport was first played on the links at St. Andrews in the early 15th century. Golf was becoming increasingly popular in Scotland until King James II of Scotland banned the game in 1457. Because he felt that young men were playing too much golf instead of practicing their archery. The ban was upheld by James III and remained in force until 1502, when James IV became a golfer himself and removed the ban. In 1552, Archbishop John Hamilton gave the townspeople of St. Andrews the right to play on the links. In 1754, 22 noblemen, professors, and landowners founded a Society of St. Andrews Golfers. This society would eventually become the precursor to the R&A, which is the governing body for golf everywhere outside of the United States and Mexico. St. Andrews Links had a scare when they went bankrupt in 1797. The town council of St. Andrews decided to allow rabbit farming on the golf course to challenge golf for popularity. 20 years of legal battling between the golfers and rabbit farmers ended in 1821 when a local landowner and golfer named James Cheap bought the land and is credited with saving the links for golf. The course evolved without the help of any one architect for many years, though notable contributions to its design were made by Dow Anderson in the 1850s and Old Tom Morris, who designed the first and the 18th holes. Originally, it was played over the same set of fairways out and back to the same holes. As interest in the game increased, groups of golfers would often be playing the same hole but going in different directions. The Old Course was pivotal to the development of how the game is played today. For instance, in 1764 the course had 22 holes and the members would play the same hole going out and in with the exception of the 11th and 22nd holes. William St. Clair of Roslyn, as the captain of the captain and gentlemen golfers, authorized changes to St. Andrews on 4th October 1764. He decided that the first 4 and the last 4 holes on the course were too short and should be combined into 4 total holes, 2 in and 2 out. St. Andrews then had 18 holes, and that was how the standard of 18 holes was created. Around 1863, Old Tom Morris had the first green separated from the 17th green, producing the current 18-hole layout with 7 double greens and 4 single greens. The Old Course is home to the Open Championship, the oldest of golf's major championships. The Old Course has hosted this major 29 times since 1873, most recently in 2015. The 29 Open Championship that the Old Course has hosted is more than any other course, and the Open is currently played there every 5 years. The R&A World Golf Museum, previously known as the British Golf Museum, is located opposite the clubhouse of the Royal and Ancient Golf Club in St Andrews, Scotland. The R&A owns and operates the museum. The museum, which opened in 1990, documents the history of golf from medieval times to the present, including the men's and women's games, British and international, both professional and amateur. Exhibits include history equipment, memorabilia, and artwork documentation, the history of the Royal and Ancient Golf Club, and the rules and terminology of the game. The museum was established in 1989 in an existing single-story building behind the clubhouse. Later, the building was renovated and expanded for a total area of 580 square meters, including a rooftop cafe. Construction started in summer 2014 and was completed in June 2015. Exploring the world and sharing these exciting adventures with you is a passion of mine. Be a part of my passion by hitting the like button and share this video as much as possible. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future adventures. Take only memories, leave only footprints. See you next week with a new adventure. Ciao.